Half, half. Okay. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Okay, my name is Marco. This is Adiam. We have to apologize. Daniel, the third partner, is not around today. He's not well. So this year, Diploma Unit 3, in line with our research on one-to-one prototyping as a means to explore material organization, will focus on the factory or the spaces of contemporary production. And in particular, we will look at the building envelope as a main focus for our research. We can start. You do it. What is it?
Architecture continually
You need to click there.
Teamwork. Architecture continually captures forces that shape civilization, thus defining its materiality as a composite one, made up of visible and invisible forces. We witness an exciting moment in history where the explosive intersection of a robust economic climate, combined with significant advances in manufacturing and technology, has led the way to bold, daring, and unprecedented developments in forms of construction. Where such forces shape and influence architecture, this year we are interested in the opposite, how architecture can stimulate and inspire the new spaces of contemporary production. The envelope. Beyond the aesthetic of the image is a core architectural concern, and it engages with the surrounding built environment in many different forms: economical, social, psychological, and political. It organizes the interior of the building with which it protects and the external public realm with which it communicates. Considered as one of the oldest and most primitive architectural elements, the envelope embodies the separation between inside and outside, the natural and the artificial. It demarcates the boundaries between two different spheres of control, the private and the public property. The building envelope controls the internal environment and marks the border, the edge, the boundary of an architectural interiority.
The model project was predicated on the assumption that form followed function and implies the correspondence between internal articulation and external manifestation of the built form. In the 60s, architects introduced new design methodologies to deal with the increasing complexity of the built environment in a rapidly changing society. The introduction of programming as a systematic design thinking was an interesting attempt to introduce flexibility into a strictly functionalist assemblage. In the late 20th century, the introduction of a new hybrid and mixed-use typologies paved the way to new urban types. Rem Koolhaas elaborated a theory of bigness. For it, beyond a certain scale, old architectural principles such as composition, scale, proportion, details no longer apply. A new urban type emerges, one that no longer holds a relationship with the context, but it imposes itself to the surrounding, sanctioning the final disconnection between architectural interiority and exteriority. The ever thinner diaphragm dividing inside and outside is at the foreground of contemporary architectural discourse. In line with our research on organizational and performative system, through the implementation of one-to-one prototype, this year, Diploma Unit 3 will focus its research on the factory. Historically, no building typologies were more adherent to the reciprocal form-function relationship than the factory. Often disregarded by architects and designers as an engineering competency, the contemporary industrial warehouses are undergoing a radical change. New manufacturing technology and a more sustainable impact on the surrounding environment are profoundly shaking up the industrial architecture of the 21st century.
Industrial production accounts for a large proportion of Europe's GDP and remains a key driver for innovation, productivity, growth, and job creation. Most of the EU's exports are manufactured products. However, Europe's position as an industrial powerhouse is eroding, and its leadership in many important sectors is constantly challenged. Through the development of high added value manufacturing technologies, the EU set a roadmap for the factories of the future, which will be clean, highly performing, environmentally friendly, and socially sustainable. We will investigate the functional, the structural, and the environmental demands of large technological envelopes. We will study this industrial context in which goods are produced, the post-Fordist context in which knowledge is produced, and the emerging context of logistic
and service infrastructures, such as data centers, storage facilities, and logistic infrastructures. These are the arenas where contemporary labor takes place, the corporate headquarters of contemporary industries, the factories of material and immaterial production. We have identified 2 main industrialized European regions as site for our research. These areas with different industrial sectors have signed EU directives to, on one hand, increase economic and social cooperation to enable economic growth, and on the other hand, to develop innovative ecosystems and expand their research and development and knowledge-based industries. The first region is the metropolitan area of Eindhoven in the Netherlands. This area is undertaking a rapid growth in the information technology sector and data services. The second region is the metropolitan area of Stuttgart in Germany. This area houses advanced and automotive aerospace industries.
How does the technological envelopes redefine the protocol of a contemporary factory? How can material organization forge a new working environment for contemporary manufacturing industry? How can we reconnect large-span industrial infrastructure with the surrounding urban and suburban environment? In the 20th century, the industrial sheds represented the synthesis between technology, engineering, and industrial culture. What is the contemporary iconic equivalent? Modern architecture sought homogeneity by means of standardization and hierarchical organization of parts. How does the envelope of factory of the future offer heterogeneous spatial qualities while addressing the strict protocols of production? How specific can be the generic? Diploma Unit 3 understand architecture as a problem of organization. Geometric, material, structural, and environmental aspects come together within a systematic design methodology. The unit developed computational protocol, which in turn inform manufacturing processes. We will search for patterns, network, discretization strategy, and space-filling algorithms. We will build multifunctional prototypes as a means to explore relationship between structure, material, system, space, and organization.
One-to-one prototyping allows the simulation and study of actual properties of a building during its design. It enables an assessment of its performance and a prediction of its adaptation to changing conditions over time. We will carry out full physical tests of the structural, environmental, and aesthetic properties of buildings, providing us with the ability to push the boundaries of traditional methods and technologies into new innovative ones. We will also explore traditional lightweight and composite materials, thus defining the notion of performative systems in architecture. Issues to be tackled will be the optimal use of materials, economy, energy, and impact on the environment, passive methods of environmental control and structural skins and systems. Carbon fiber, glass-reinforced concrete, glass-reinforced plastic, ETFE, fabrics, brick and timber will be developed and used to create new hybrids. We will cover and develop digital design skills in three-dimensional modeling, scripting, and parametric tools for fabrication. We will follow a process from concept design right through physical fabrication of scaled prototypes or models using the latest digital fabrication techniques. Flat-packed, prefabricated components, multi-performing, deep facades, large span, monocoque, fast deployable structures, reconfiguring, expanding, reducing, or dividing envelopes which can be actively or passively activated. We will strive to develop new technological envelopes that in time will become the iconic synthesis of a new renewed alliance between architecture and industry. Architecture, to remain current and future-proof, needs to constantly adapt to new socio-economical and natural environment. Deep 3 pledges research and innovation as a driving force for engineering experimentation and the architectural avant-garde. For us, form follows performance. We will tackle questions related to the optimal use of material, minimizing waste, energy, and the impact on the environment, and we will investigate environmental issues with the performance-based design methodologies that will develop and utilize environmental form-finding tools as a strategy for the production of a new sustainable architecture. Diploma 3 will travel to Italy to visit the glorious legacy of some of the most advanced examples of industrial architecture in Europe. We'll start from Turin and Ivrea. We will have the chance to actually see the Lingotto Fiat.
some of the finest example of 20th century engineering, as well as the plasticity of Baroque architecture. We will also pay a visit to a world-class luxury sport car factory in northern Italy. Thanks.
Maybe I'm going to stay for one more before I pop off.
Sorry?
I'm going to stay and watch one more.
Yeah, I want to delete that.
Okay.
Can we delete the presentation or something? Yeah. Okay. Huh?
Can I plug it in? We have audio. So
That was quick. The one before was quick.
I know, it was.
Time.
Yeah. Let's just have MDA. Yeah.
Try the how it goes when you do play.
Do we have the jack?